Shaun Johnson has announced, well, the Warriors have announced that Shaun Johnson will be joining the Warriors in 2022 on a 2-year contract. Something that we brought up on this show a few weeks back is saying that Shaun Johnson should be recruited. So, you know, we'll take that one. But what are our thoughts around this?
I obviously love it. Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. He wanted to come back home. I think so too did Kayla, his partner. The Warriors need a playmaker. Come on down, Shaun Johnson. It's the perfect fit for me. You know, he's the sort of guy who you just don't know what's going to happen when he takes the field. He provides that X factor. I can't wait to see him play in conjunction with Reece Walsh. That really excites me, and it should excite a lot of Warriors fans as well. What those two can do in combination, who knows what might happen. And you know, it's important that they sort out their halves as well, because in recent times we've heard Kodi Nikorima, even though he's taken up the option for next year, I'm pretty sure he's looking around.
Has it ever been solid since he left?
No.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't, because they've gone through a raft of different options. They got Blake Green in, and you know, maybe he worked, maybe he didn't. Kodi Nikorima, Chanel Harris-Tavita, Adam Kieran. I think with Shaun in the mix, it becomes a lot more solid. And yeah, I'm really interested to know, and we probably will never find out, you know, how they buried the hatchet, because his departure from the club, it was unceremonious, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, like, and was it Cameron George's fault? Was it Stephen Kearney's fault? Was it Shaun Johnson's fault? You know, was he difficult to get on with? Because earlier in the year, we found out that the senior playing group still at the Warriors didn't want Shaun around. So what's happened since then?
So we thought this was off the table.
You know, was that poppycock, or was there truth to it? You know, was it BS or not? And so, like, in the last couple of months, a lot of stuff has happened. I'm just happy that he's back, because he's the kind of person that people want to watch. He's the kind of guy that kids want to grow up to play like. You know, he is inspirational for all those young kids, all the boys and girls out there watching the Warriors. Shaun Johnson, you know, he can really dazzle on his day, and I hope that he does that for the Warriors on a consistent basis from 2022 onwards. But I don't have any doubts, and neither should Warriors fans. You've got to look at the other halves options around the competition. There was a mad, almost lolly scramble earlier in the year. Chad Townsend's going here, and Adam Renzel's going here. Like, who would you rather get? I would rather have Shaun Johnson, because he has the talent. We need him to produce it more regularly, more consistently, but also, and it's something that Adam Blair has spoken about before, coming back, giving back to the New Zealand club, which he has done in the past, but providing that pathway for youngsters coming through. Like, I'm a young kid, I'm playing for Northcote or Otara or wherever, and this is what can happen. I can be a New Zealander playing for the New Zealand team in this Australian competition. I think that's really cool.
I think the other thing too, and we go on about, you know, Shaun Johnson coming back and what he's going to bring, but he's coming into a Warriors side that's totally different to the side that he left. And when I say totally different, I think they're mentally harder. They are, like, what they've faced in the last couple of years, and going over to Aussie and producing those results, and, you know, really gelling as a team. They won't be so reliant on Shaun Johnson to come back and say, hey, let's try and give him the ball and spark something. We've got a totally different team in terms of the players they've got. I mean, you look at like someone like Katoa and what he's provided in terms of the beef up front and guys that lead around there. So, you know, we focus on what Shaun Johnson can bring, but this is going to be a totally different Warriors side outfit that he's going to come back to. They're going to be a lot harder, and there's a lot more steel in there in terms of their mindset compared to possibly what used to happen before, where they were so reliant on him, you know, bringing something, you know, well, going out there and changing the play.
The one thing I will say is, when you touched on what he would do to, you know, really reinvigorate the juniors, is the fact that he was the Junior Warriors captain that won a title and then came on to the Warriors. So he absolutely came through all the pathways from absolute grassroots to senior level. So that's really exciting to bring that back home, and we can't wait to see that. We do have a rest of the season to play though, but 2022 is looking very exciting.
It's our year, right?
Once again.
Which is what we were saying at the beginning of this year. And look, they're still not out of the running.
Hey, it was the Blues year this year, wasn't it?
And it was.
There you
Yes.
It
We
was.
doubted
It was the Blues
yes,
year in
we needed to have
Transcend.
more
Kind
faith.
of.
Well, yeah. Hey, mate, they celebrated like it meant the
Yeah,
world to them,
true.
so
Fair enough, fair
you
enough.
can't take that away from them.
Fair enough.
Are you trying to?
I am not, mate. I'm not saying anything, mate. This is saying up for discussion. They won fair and square.
Yeah.
Auckland are also looking pretty good in the netball too, I must say.
They are.
Yep.